Hey, good morning, everybody. Show before the show. Just getting ready to get some things rocking and rolling here. Big show again, as always.
Gonna be a hot one. The show before the show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Appreciate everybody jumping in. Kimberly, Heather, Bendy, good morning. Trisha, Angie again. Got a packed house here today. There's so much to get to. Oh my God, Angie's already started off. We got some planes doing crazy things in the skies. I don't know exactly what that means, but Liberty Grace says hi.
Liberty Grace, are you listening? Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw CNN starting to push that COVID talk again.
Oh, yes, they are. Big and bad.
UK.
Big cities are pushing it too. And it's just so obvious.
My gosh, some of these freaking headlines.
It's nuts.
No, hospital exec says White House, or excuse me, let me start over from Fox News. Hospital exec says that the white race should be made to feel uncomfortable about its whiteness. Dangerous. If you're white, you're dangerous. Literally, you had a Maine hospital executive involved in DEI, hosted an anti-racist prayer service
Anti-racist.
And of course, had a group of white people apologize for their internalized racism as white people. Welcome to Maine, people.
Yes.
Might be a beautiful state, but most of the people there are effed up.
Yeah. I want to visit there, but I don't think I.
Joe, don't look in here. You're white.
Stop
How dare
looking.
you look up? Keep your head on the floor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, see, there he goes. And I'm sorry.
These people, I mean, seriously, there are actually hospital executives that allowed that to happen.
Yes, stop
Good God.
apologizing.
Freaking dumbasses.
I don't get the whole apology tour of apologizing because God made you a certain color.
And this guy actually called himself a minister.
Give
And
me
I'm
a
Dr.
break.
Faust.
And I'm Millionaire Sparks.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All part of that's why there are programs going the opposite way
Yeah.
in facilities to get away from DEI because of things like that.
Correct.
Wow. I did like what Carrie Lake said.
I love her.
For those who don't know, she lost, in quotes, lost the Arizona gubernatorial election because Maricopa County voting machines all of a sudden went down in the conservative area of Arizona. She's like, the GOP debate is like the kids at the table at Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. That's a great line.
It really is.
But of course, she really wants that VP job.
Yeah, she does. She'd be great at it.
Sherry says, us damn white people. Damn us white people.
You white people, you go put your head in shame and stand in the corner.
Lizzie, how dare you have a biracial granddaughter?
I know. Isn't that terrible?
You
of
are
me?
a mean, sick person.
and Asians in my house.
And adopted Asians in your house. Us white people were so racist.
We're so bad.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we need to shape up.
Oh, my God.
And Vic, how dare you send your children to Mizzou, where Black Lives Matters originated in Missouri?
Yeah,
how dare you?
I know.
We're so racist.
Welcoming everybody into the show today. In just a second, we'll get started here. You know what? We might as well get started. Let's go ahead and get started. There's so much to get to today. I'm proud upper white trash, Greg C. Hey guys, welcome into cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks and Projo in the house. It is Cancel This. Cancelthisshow.com. You can catch all of our original episodes. I had somebody say, oh my God, I heard you guys were talking about new restrictions possibly coming in place on Monday. I'm like, hey, but I had to work. I was like, don't worry about it. Most of the people, the hundreds of thousands of audience reach that we have every month, most watch after the show. We're here live because we love the interaction that we get from all of you. 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. That's Central Time. But you can always go to the website or pick out your favorite platform. You can watch us. You can listen to us. You know, when it comes to, Mary says, what restrictions? I don't know if you're being joking or serious, but the possibility of those coming into play that we've heard about. Now it just seems like this has been a week where you're starting to see more and more reports about all of that, which we've been talking about. So we say good morning to everybody. Donna, Mary, Terry, I see Tara, Ben, Benjamin, Kim, Greg C, of course, Anthony, Sherry, trying to get through all those people. Okay. It is a weed Wednesday as well. Greenlight coming up with an interview. Charlie Unger, a good friend, at 9:30 today. We've got Kathy Helbig, Steve Strick coming in studio after 8:30. Got some interesting things to talk about that, especially when it comes to realtors and how it's not true that you have to make less money if you're a realtor in this time. Steve and Kathy are going to break that down. How and why they've got a program. May sound too good to be true, but hey, we're going to hear what they have to say. And then we've got like 50 stories. There's so much going on tonight. Like, subscribe, share the show. Jennifer Anniston talking about cancel culture. I didn't want to get into as much Biden yesterday, but he continued to double down on it. So we got to talk a little Biden getting caught lying again, exaggerating, not knowing where he is. The country sensation Oliver Anthony, you've seen them. He's come out with that song. Well, I can't think of the full name of the song right now. He is making massive money per day on iTunes. Love it. Great for him. So excited. An update on the St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones. I'm going to ban AK-47s and AR-15s, but I'm not going to prosecute anybody, or I'm not going to put anybody in the office to prosecute them. Okay. Anyway, we'll get into all of that coming up. What else do we have? There's more COVID talk, more research coming down about people who've been cupcaked. You can't make this stuff up. There's the Republican primary tonight. Trump making news. It's packed. We got a ton to get to. We're going to get to it in a second, but first, let us show you our sponsors, our advertisers. Get ready, get lined up here, like, subscribe, share the show. You can send stars to Facebook if you want. We're going to get into it. We got a 2-minute break. That's it. 2 minutes. We're going to come right back and start the show.
House has the largest selection of solid wood with the hottest new styles. Real furniture that's built to last, like our solid bedrooms, living rooms, and dining from Kincaid. Our volume enables us to save you a lot of money, especially during our solid wood sale. Plus, get free financing, fast free delivery, and free in-home design. So for solid wood, sweet styles, and solid service since 1964, shop over 3 football fields of furniture at Carroll House, because you like nice things.
Jonathan, what does make Rockwood so special?
Rockwood, we carbonize it higher than anybody else does. So we're cooking out everything that produces ash, smoke, anything like that. It gives you a lot more control over the temperature, a lot more control over the fire, and it's a 100% Missouri product.
All right, where can people get it?
It's at 100-plus locations around St. Louis, any Deerberg, Straub's, meat markets, wine and cheese stores, hardware stores, you name it, we're around St. Louis. Just check the website.
And good charcoal should be able to break apart in your hands like
absolutely,
does,
yeah.
Right?
If you can't break it apart by hand, it's not charcoal yet. It's still wood. They didn't do the job, so make sure it can break apart by hand.
All right, get your Rockwood charcoal.
Marco, wait. What? No response? Hi, I'm Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair, offering full service and auto repair to St. Louis and St. Charles. We are looking for someone to say polo. That's right, we are hiring. We want you now. If you would like to work in a well-paying environment, then you owe it to yourself to stop by one of our 6 Complete Auto Body and Repair locations. Will you help me find that missing person? Please call me directly at 636-488-HIRE. That's right, 636-488-4473.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixes cars.
Attention, anyone who served, lived, or worked at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987. Camp Lejeune's drinking water was dangerously toxic, and base personnel and their families have since suffered cancer and other illnesses. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and were diagnosed with cancer, you may be eligible for significant compensation. Call the Driscoll firm now. Consultations are free, and you won't pay a fee unless we get you the money you deserve. 1-800-805-4800.
Hey guys, welcome back to cancelthisshow.com. We're glad you're here with us. We're always bringing the energy, trying to bring some entertainment and some facts as well. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks and Projo in the house, making us look and sound as good as we possibly can. Okay, it is a Wednesday. It is the August 23rd podcast. Please like, subscribe, share the show. Go to those platforms. Give us a thumbs up. Make a comment if you want. Be a part of the show. It's yours as well. That's why we try to do what we can do. There we go. Robert Peterball jumping in already. It's not the new COVID variant or health. It's about the mass mailing of ballots.
100%.
Dun, dun,
right.
dun.
Yep. He's right.
Hey, Aaron says, look up blue roofs of celebs' houses in Maui. Laser's reaction to the color blue. Early Free-for-All Friday topic. I did see that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did I send you that laser video? I did. Oh, we'll get into that today. I've got to leave at 9 o'clock today, but you're going to be in. Our friend Nicole Jenkins is going to be here. So Lizzie taking care of business with Nicole, Projo in the house. Of course, we got Kathy Helbig, Strick, Steve Strick coming up from Experience Realty. They've also got New American Funding and, of course, Neuage. Did you go get your blood draw?
I did get my blood draw.
How was the experience?
It was fantastic. It was easy.
But you haven't seen the results yet?
No, getting the results this week.
Okay. You'll get the results. They come up at 8:30 to talk about that. 9:30, we've got Charlie Unger, Greenlight Dispensary. They'll be talking to us in studio as well. Nicole Jenkins here during the 9 o'clock hour. Okay. We despise cancel culture. Hence the name. Cancel this. But before we get into that, and you know what? Republicans and Democrats can get along. They can if you try. It just don't go freaking nuts. Don't go crazy. I mean, we want everybody here. We try to be a welcoming show. Bring an opinion. Do what you can. One of my best friends, he's the owner of Wendy's, Ben. And guess what? They're inviting everybody.
Everybody.
Republicans, Democrats, Independents, everybody. You may remember back in, a few months ago, they were featured and honored on America's Best Restaurants. Well, here it is, Thursday night, tomorrow night, 6 p.m., Wendy's in the Chesterfield Valley in the St. Louis area. They're having a watch party because the TV show is going to show what they had for Wendy's. It's the actual show. It's a web show that they have, so they'll have all the TVs on that to promote it. But here's another kicker. Free wings.
Free, and their wings.
I said, you want me to promote that? He said, yes. I was like, you guys get some of the best wings around.
They really do. I
was like, free wings. I mean, is there like some kind of catch where you stand in line for 40 minutes or an hour? No, he's got free wings. So 6 p.m. tomorrow night, you got it, free wings.
That's awesome. Go get your free wings.
Support from Wendy's with the podcast that we have as well. Joe's like, man, I don't know. I know I've lost 185 pounds, but I may be putting a couple pounds back on.
I can throw down on some wings.
Yeah, wings are good. And their wings are so good.
They're going to regret that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are going to regret it.
Maybe. We may get into that. Okay. Talking about cancel culture. I love it when we get these opportunities to talk about it. And I'm telling you, more and more celebrities are like, F this. They don't like it. They don't. The only reason they do it or say things or be quiet about things is because they're worried about their asses and their jobs. But it's those celebrities and those stars who've made it and don't worry anymore. When you don't have to rely on Hollywood, then you can be honest. You can be free. Case in point, Jennifer Aniston. I never thought I'd hear something from Jennifer Aniston, but Jennifer Aniston literally coming out. Look at that quote. Quote from Jennifer Aniston, I'm so over cancel culture. I probably just got canceled by saying that. Is there no redemption? ? Jennifer, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you, the BS that we see in society, like the stuff we were just joking about with DEI.
Yeah.
How dare you be white, be sad. You should be apologizing for being white. All of that gets lumped in together. There's no place for it in America. And there's no place for it in this world.
She repeated what she said, and she got, and one of our listeners, Sherry, and she already got a ban notice from one of the platforms because.
Stop it.
Yeah, she did.
Because of what Jennifer Aniston said?
No, because what we said on the show before the show, when we said damn white people. So she just typed what we said, and boom, one of the platforms sent her a violation.
The cancel culture.
It is. It's a real thing. It is so real.
We agree, and that's why we kind of started the show too. When we began this whole thing, is the fact it's like we're being mean and we're not like over the top. We're not crazy. We're not looking to blow stuff up. No, we're just trying to call out truth. And thank God for Jennifer Aniston coming out and being real, because the more people from Hollywood, but if you need something, of course, you're going to be afraid. We always talk about this. You are the large majority. Most Americans know that cancel culture is not good. All this DEI stuff is not good. When you tear down one race to build another one up, when you do things unprovoked, none of this is good. None of it. Oh, well, you should do this. You should accept whatever we want you to accept. And if you don't accept it, then you're a bad, mean person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, enough with the BS. We're done with it. Cancel culture's over. We've officially canceled cancel culture. We just need more people to say it publicly.
Absolutely. We definitely need more people.
Thank you, Jennifer Aniston. Thank you, Jennifer Aniston. Thank you, Jennifer Aniston. I always liked her anyway.
Me too. Her hair has always been on point. She has good hair.
She was my favorite Brad Pitt sidekick.
Mine too, for sure. For sure. My favorite too.
Angelina gave her a run, but I'll still go with Jennifer.
Yeah. No show like Friends, too. I mean, that's still a show you can just keep watching and watching and watching.
That's funny. So thank you for that. Okay. Speaking of cancel culture, because we had to get to this stuff right off the bat. Have you guys heard of Oliver Anthony? Of course you have.
Mm-hmm.
Richmond. Did your okay? I thought okay. For a second, I thought I got canceled. I thought my computer system got canceled. Richmond, north of Richmond, guys rocking. I mean, absolutely rocking. Millions and millions and millions of views viral from his song just a few days in. Well, now you have, and he's a great. He just seems to be this great individual, doing everything he possibly can. You know, he's an overnight sensation. And I'll tell you in a second, Newsweek is now trying to cancel him. Once again, people try to look into your past. They try to do whatever they can to tear you down. Mm-hmm. They wait for a moment and they go after you. First of all, if you haven't heard the song, we'll play a little bit of it here for you. I know you know it. If you don't, you're going to find out right now. Here's Oliver Anthony's Richmond, north of Richmond song.
Well, I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit and it's taxed to no end.
Okay, Oliver Anthony, it's a super catchy tune. The words have really become popular.
Yes.
It's very interesting, too, if you see on social media, TikTok, Instagram, a lot of African Americans.
Yes, like him.
Doing the side page, point and going, yeah, they get it. Okay, this guy originally from Virginia, over 14 million YouTube views in just a few days. He's now making over $40,000 a day on iTunes.
That's crazy. And
you go,
good.
Oliver.
Good for him. Good for him. And he's speaking to every color. I mean, that's everybody knows the people north of Richland or Richmond is what they're doing.
Richmond, north of Richmond.
North of Richmond, yes. And the big guys or the man is doing that to every color. So we can all resonate with what he's saying.
Well, he just dropped a new video as well yesterday, which is great. So he's becoming more and more popular. And of course, when you become more and more popular, he's got 5 songs in the top 12 of iTunes now because everybody's checking him out. It's like, okay, let's check this guy out. That is the great thing with podcasting, with what we do with social media. Joe Rogan gave him a shout out and boom, just like that. The guy's an instant star. Not looking to cause any problems or any trouble. Well, leave it to Newsweek to go out, and now they're trying to cancel this guy. Good luck. Good luck, Newsweek. Cancel culture is dying, and we're trying to make that happen as fast as we possibly can. Well, they're trying to claim that Oliver Anthony is very conspiratorial because he says he's posted videos and news reports and discussions from Jordan Peterson. Oh, how dare him.
Man.
Jordan Peterson, one of the most classy, intelligent, intellectual, thinking men that's alive today, a Canadian psychologist, himself being canceled because he refuses to use terminology in Canada that we all know is fake about gender. Men can't be women, women can't be men. And of course, most people know about Jordan Peterson. If you don't, please look him up. Your life will become better after listening to Jordan Peterson. How dare Oliver Anthony post videos of Jordan Peterson? Also, posting videos or allegedly surrounding September 11th, 2001, the terrorist attacks on New York City and Washington, D.C., which appear to suggest that Israel was somehow involved or had prior knowledge of the attacks. So Newsweek says they contacted Anthony directly by email on the 22nd, but had not received a reply yet from him. Now, they're trying to say that this former factory worker from Farmville, Virginia, is very controversial because he posted videos that says, quote, videos that make your noggin bigger. And it contained 49 videos with topics ranging from music videos to psychology, just because they were from the academic and social media influencer Jordan Peterson and commentary on the decline of society.
Jordan Peterson is great. And he is an older man. He's not old, but compared to millennials like him, like a lot. He's the one person that...
Well, millennials that are ready to think.
Well, good point. Millennials that are ready to think. That is
and
true.
not be led astray like the sheeple that we talk about.
Truth.
Sherry says Jordan Peterson, the alpha man. He really is.
He is.
So strong just with words. So strong with thought. And because Oliver Anthony was posting videos, you may hear some of these smaller entities like Newsweek try to go after him, try to cancel him, because how dare Oliver Anthony, who has an amazing song, experiencing massive success like this for the first time in his life, success that most of us will never even understand or know. And then now you have, of course, liberal publications trying to go after him, because guess what? Oliver Anthony's a uniter.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's uniting people of all races and uniting people of parties. And we all know that the deep state, and there is a deep state, and there is a global situation that don't want us united. We try to bring up those topics. People try to have said in the past at the show, you're just trying to divide and conquer. No, we want to talk about everything that's out there.
Absolutely.
Go do what you want to do. You can make your opinions. Don't threaten anybody. Don't rip people. Don't call us names, that sort of thing. Tara says, I used to live in Richmond. We call Farmville Farm Vegas. Great little town. Lots of furniture stores. Yeah, I could get that. Kevin says, yes, Vic. Derek says the liberal media can't handle the truth. Oliver Anthony speaking of truth, and that's exactly what that's about. Love the song. First time I heard it too, I was like, wow.
Yeah, his
very
voice
strong.
is great and his words are wonderful. And you said that it's the great uniter. The government does not want white and black people friends. They don't want Republican and Democrat friends. And there's some Democrats, other than the far left progressive, that just want it the way that it was. And they're wishing that it was that way. That's why I know on this show, yes, we like to rip on all of the silly left wingers. But in the reality, we're a show that wants the bigger picture. We want the truth to come out so it unites, not the opposite of what most liberals want.
And just remember, if you make it bigger, people will always be there to try to tear you down.
Correct.
All Oliver Anthony did, and we try to get out ahead of things, is post videos of Jordan Peterson.
Oh, that's
and then
terrible.
they go down and they look, what can we find here?
Yeah.
By the way, the fact check, this is like what fact checkers do. Fact checkers are fake.
They are.
Until the fact checkers are shown who they are and being non-biased, that you can't look at fact checkers. Snopes is a joke. You can't go to Google. We've talked about these things. Don't trust any of that because it's all BS. And this is another story that shows it. They go down because Jordan Peterson had something about Israel regarding 9/11 and just some facts that were brought up about people who knew and alleged conversations and meetings that took place. So, let's try to tear down Oliver Anthony. He's so controversial. There's nothing controversial about the man. And I'm excited about him. And I hope that he continues the success there. And he's saying all the right things. He's doing all the right things right now. And cancel culture, you can, whatever. I'm not going to
just go kiss off. Cancel culture. I'll say it.
But anyway, he's continuing to totally rock and roll with things. But here's another one. This is just crazy. Hot 100 liter. Look at this headline from Billboard. Hot 100 liter Oliver Anthony music in hot water with conservatives after diversity comments. What? Are you kidding me? Richmond, north of Richmond, it debuted at number 1 on Billboard Hot 100 songs. So obviously he's getting all of this stuff. So I'm trying to see. He did an interview with Fox News, which, like, his popular song has gone viral. He's like, we are the melting pot of the world. Of course we are. 100%. And that's what makes us strong, our diversity. And we need to learn to harness that and appreciate it and not use it as a political tool to keep everyone separate from it. There's nothing wrong with that statement.
No.
And then you have Billboard that tries to say those comments are upsetting right-wing people.
Wishful thinking.
Right.
I mean,
what?
once again, cancel culture out in full effect, trying to ruin something, trying
Correct.
to steal something, and going after. It's like, give me a break, really,
Yes.
really. Or they'll take a quote from some person in a house somewhere that's a keyboard warrior and try to put it up, and then try to say that that's all conservatives.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, give it up, people, give it up. Most conservatives I know love the song. Give me a break.
I haven't heard one that doesn't.
Yeah, it's Newsweek who's trying to do all of this stuff.
Correct. Yes.
Just be careful and always know what I always said. Don't believe the headlines. Get the full story. Get the freaking full story. Hey, Mike says, John Rich, new patriotic record, also #1. Great songs if you haven't heard it yet. Of
It is
course.
very good. He's right. It is good. I just heard it last night, actually, and it's really good.
Glad to
very
hear
good.
that. The only diversity that matters is the diversity of thought. And the communist left hates it. Communist, Marxist, we know that.
True.
And of course, we try to bring that out there. Derek says the only thing that may be controversial with him is he's a redhead.
Says the redhead.
And as a dad of 2 redheads,
Yes.
they can be sketchy.
There you go. Those sketchy redheads.
Derek, fellow co-host and friend of the show in charge of merchandise, chiming in from that standpoint as well.
Love it.
Donna says she misses Eric. Eric's here on Fridays. You get him as well. So there you go.
Yeah.
We'll be getting into all of that. I'm just grateful that Oliver Anthony did what he did, that it goes there, that you have platforms now where you can make a difference, where if you're somebody that's a superstar, maybe you have superstar talent, but you didn't have this chance before, and now you do. And these are the types of things that are going out there. They were news stories, so we wanted to get into that cancel culture aspect of things. Jennifer Aniston, Oliver Anthony leading off, and Donna says, need more songs like this. Music speaks.
He's right.
Music
does
speaks.
speak.
It always has,
Mm-hmm.
and it always will if people really, really want to put it out there and get the opportunity to put it out there as well. This is cancelthisshow.com. Before I get it, Sherry says, don't bash the ginger.
Don't bash the ginger. Yeah, Derek.
That's
don't
why
bash
society
the ginger.
hates.
Yeah.
Sherry, he was joking about his 2 daughters
Yes.
being redheads. And
Mhm.
I think you got the joke too. Anyway,
I love it.
Helen says, I like diversity just like Martha's Vineyard does.
You get that joke, don't you?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, autopsy came out on the Tafari Campbell, the chef from the Obamas. Accidental death.
Of course. Did you think it was going to be anything else, Vic?
He had an accident in the water. This
Mhm.
experienced paddleboarder
Yeah.
with the swimming like Michael Phelps in videos. Just had an accident, just died out there in the water. The former president showing up at golf events with bandaged hands and black eyes, and
Nothing to see there, Vic.
I don't know. And of course, no video was ever shown. It just makes you wonder. That just came out today. That's why I bring that up.
Yeah.
You can check out that story. We've already told you about the hospital executive in Maine who says the white race should be made to feel very uncomfortable and feel like they're very dangerous. So, all right. Thank you. We appreciate it. This is cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks. We've also got Pro Joe in the house. Hey, guys, there's that Republican debate tonight. Trump's not going to be there.
Well,
No way.
we've been told he could be there.
Donald Trump Jr. is supposed to be there. I don't think he'll be there. Here's your candidates. Joe, I sent you a picture. I know you and I didn't look at it yet, but you've got your candidates. There's only 3 that I care about tonight. 3 candidates if you're a Republican.
I agree.
I think that can do anything with anything in their future.
Mhm.
Seriously. Tim Scott.
Yep.
Lower right box. Tim Scott is the African-American.
Yes.
Vivek Ramaswamy, right
Correct.
next to him in the lower box.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I've lost a little bit of respect for him after the tennis video yesterday. I'm sure everybody's seen
Tennis video.
So he had to approve it. I mean, come on.
Mhm.
Consultants are bad. I've dealt with
they are.
consultants my entire life. Some of them are really good. Most are bad. Companies like consultants, and people hire consultants. You know why? So they don't have to make decisions themselves.
Mhm.
And then if you don't have to make a decision, then you can't be responsible. Oh, let's hire a consultant and pay a lot of money. If they get it right, great. It's like rolling the dice, spinning that roulette wheel. And then if they don't do good, well, then you can fire them. It was their fault and everybody moves on. We get a new consultant. I'm telling you, these things happen over and over and over again. Some damn consultant told him, what separates you from Donald Trump? It's your age. It's your youthfulness. They're trying to say it's a bad thing. Let's make it a good thing. Let's put you in shorts that are really, really, really short shorts. And that's it. And just have a close-up of you hitting the ball. Sorry, Vivek. You lost me on that, dude.
Yeah.
Bad.
Not a good look.
Anyway, and then the other guy is Ron DeSantis, who we had on there.
Yeah.
Those three. Those don't you think those are the only three that we could see in our future?
Yes. The rest of them, absolutely not. And for obvious reasons. Chris Christie, he opens his mouth and that's it. And we've got Turncoat Pence up there and Turncoat Nikki Haley. The other two, I can't even remember their name. Asa, somebody or other, and the other guy that has a smile. But other than that, that's it. That's it. And really, I'm not sure what they're debating about. It'll be interesting to see if they bash Trump or if they just want to get across what they would do if they were president.
If they're smart, they need to leave Trump out of it.
I would agree, because Trump is going to win. He is, period. He's going to win unless they find a way again to put masks on our face and to cheat again. So he's going to win. So the three that are at the bottom that could be a good alternative in 2028 need to watch what they say, because I think DeSantis, you know what? I hope that they could patch that up and at some point there could be a relationship there. At this point, there isn't, but who knows? Who knows? And I know, like Jessica saying, she's watching closely Tim Scott. There's a lot of people that like Tim Scott too. I like what he says. Is he strong enough to withstand what Trump is getting? That remains to be seen, but I can't say that I dislike him either.
Well, for our podcast listeners, we're showing a picture. It was interesting. The guy in the upper right-hand corner, that's North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. He actually...
I couldn't even have told you.
He suffered an injury playing some pickup basketball last night and had to go to the hospital. Everybody's... But is there video of him with some short shorts on?
Yeah.
Playing
is there a video?
hoops?
Right. I couldn't even have told you his name. He just looks like my neurologist. That's the only thing I can think of. So I want to call him Dr.
He does look like a doctor. He does.
Yeah.
He looks like a doctor. So that'll be on tonight, 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central. I'll try to check out some of it. Now, the important part about all of this is the fact that we know that Trump's interview with Tucker is going to take place tonight.
Absolutely. Same time. That is the ultimate by Tucker Carlson to stick it to his their old boss. This is more about Tucker doing it at that time slot.
And Trump sticking it
absolutely.
to the GOP.
Absolutely. That's the ultimate troll. Stick it to the people that hurt them. Ultimate troll.
Yeah, because Tucker continues to get, tens of millions of people watching his videos. He's not with Fox. I haven't heard much about what's going on with possible lawsuit, things of that nature. I do think that he got some sort of money to leave, which is why Fox was pissed. So
correct.
We'll see where that goes. We broadcast out of the state of Missouri. We're a national show. And of course, we've talked about it before. As Greg says, Josh Hawley is going to run in 2028. That would be interesting.
That would be very interesting. And there's quite a few people that I think would vote for him because he's making a name for himself right now in the political world.
So far, he's got mine.
Yeah.
Christine Nome, Trump VP pick possibly for the Uniparty. It's always there. Once again, she's one of those DeSantis type of deals. She's a great governor doing specific work in her state. So who knows? Aaron says DeSantis is the only conservative in this debate. Vivek is a grifter. Scott is a Kim Gardner in a red jersey.
I love all these comments. Well, then Danny says, I would like to see
Aaron,
Larry Elder.
Funny.
But they didn't allow him to be on the stage.
Derek, that dude did look like, Doug Burgum does look like a mega pastor.
He does. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we'll check that out tonight with Tucker. That's going to be huge. And of course, they'll probably get higher ratings on that. They will.
Oh, they will.
We'll
More people are going to watch that for sure. You can watch the debates later.
Betty says, I think I'll watch Everybody Loves Raymond tonight.
I can understand that too.
That's funny.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
And then Rob Bazell says, Josh Hawker, not Hawley, Josh Hawker, never responded to vax or cupcaked, whatever, injured families being censored in our state. He knew about this 5 years ago. I wrote him multiple times and called to see if he could help. I don't know how many people actually get back as senators or AGs. I don't know. Oh, he did. Yeah. He meant Hawley. Okay. I didn't know if he was trying to be funny there. But anyway, he said that. And then, of course, Anthony says, I've heard a lot of people that are going to be watching the debates are watching for Ramaswamy mostly, or Tim Scott, at least from what I've been reading. Yeah, that's what
I've heard too. Yeah.
And you know what? All we have seen are all these debate guys tearing up Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them go after each other.
I do too. That would be really entertaining.
Because they all have to make a name for themselves.
They do.
It's going to be so much easier bashing the guy who's not there, though. You know they will.
Right.
But they won't gain in the polls doing that.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
They need to just go at each other.
They're going to take the easy target.
Right. And a lot of people are saying that, Joe, that they're going to take the easy target. But whoever does that the most will immediately not even be thought of as a good candidate. So they need to come up with, their own strategy. But I agree with you, Vic. I would love to see them beat each other up.
Go at each other tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rip off those clothes, Vivek.
Yes.
Come on.
Wear your short
Ramaswamy.
shorts. Yes. And Helen is saying Vivek is a big pharma slut.
He was.
Yep.
He was.
Yep.
The only controversial thing with him that I have seen too outside of that is the fact that he's calling for an end to our really good relationship with Israel.
Yeah, I like what he says most of the time, but I'm kind of with Helen. There's just something about him that gives me the willies a little bit. And it's maybe because he's big pharma and maybe, I don't know, but I'm not sold on him. I'm just not sold on him.
No, I don't blame you. I get it. I could see all of that. It's so that's going to be the political side of that stuff that's going on tonight. By the way, I did have to get to this because I was looking at, and Rob Bazell, who was just on the line, he brings up he's studied vaccines. In the last 7 years, you're not going to find anybody who studied more about vaccines than Mr. Bazell. I guarantee it. You're just not going to find it. And it's interesting because I saw some of his media postings. Think about this. We're talking about restrictions possibly being put back in place. A couple colleges have now done certain things with the COVID that we have talked about. Then you had CNN posting articles and doing it on their national newscast again last night. Talking about now there's 4 new hospital admissions in every 100,000 people nationwide. So you may want to break out the mask again. Literally, their headline is, quote, "You need to break out your mask again. Maybe it's time to break out the mask again to protect yourself from COVID-19. We already know it doesn't talk about that. So there you go. 85 counties in the United States in a medium threshold range. And of course, a quarter of those counties are in Florida. Of course.
Of course. Yes.
Growing amounts of hospitalizations. And what was other interesting about this? I didn't know that, but they call their new highly mutated variant. This one is BA.2.86. Okay. And here's what concerns me and why I brought this up, and which I'll get into Robbie again real quick. The U.S. government came out yesterday afternoon, and said that it has now awarded more than $1.4 billion. It's not going to Maui. Of course, families over there get about $700 per family. While, what is it, like 7,000 or 7 million in Ukraine?
Yeah, the Hawaiians do not like him right now.
Oh, they're flipping him off.
Yeah, flipping him off.
Well, he was 13 days late and all of his jokes.
Yes.
We'll get into him in a second, too.
Mm-hmm.
It is awarded, the U.S. government has awarded $1.4 billion to kickstart the development of new cupcakes and therapies to prevent another spike in COVID-19 cases.
I mean, that they just need to just stop. I mean, everything that I'm hearing, and I'm listening to a lot of different doctors, and they're all saying there's absolutely no reason.
We know this
for that, because the variant, it's still here. People are still going to get it, but just like any other virus, it dissipates the importantness or it just, we're not going to get it like we got it before. I mean, the strain is much weaker. Much weaker.
I know. I totally get it. And I wanted to bring up what Rob had put up there. He posted this from the Leading Report. It says the UK government has published official figures now on deaths following the COVID cupcakes, revealing that, listen to this, 1 in every 482 vaccinated people in England died within a month of getting the cupcake.
I can believe that.
1 in every 246 died within 60 days of getting it.
Mm-hmm.
1 in every 73 dead by May of 2022.
Mhm.
And then what do you think the figure is? One in what number of how many people suffer damage following it?
A lot.
Yeah, those are government
Yeah.
stats. Well, hello, Kathy.
Woo!
Hi, guys.
Holy moly, look at you two.
Uh-huh.
Behind me. I'm taking my time out there waiting for him to pull up, and he's at the door.
Oh,
He's already at the door. There he
Wait
is.
to get here today, guys.
Yeah,
you guys look
great.
fantastic. Do we?
you.
Okay, so we got that. Is that camera? Oh yeah, Joe's going to get that from the standpoint to fix that camera. So those are the
I look
stats.
naked again.
You look naked.
Kathy,
You
that's
guys, Kathy Helbig is here naked in the Cancel This studio.
skin cells,
Right. Some skin.
and it
Not
will.
all skin.
So, I mean, you look at some of those things that have happened with those numbers. Who knows? It may or may not be coming. I don't know. It just one of those things where we'll continue to talk about it. We'll continue to follow it. We just wanted to make sure that we could give you the information that's there. I'm curious about something because we got you guys and Steve Strick, Kathy Helbig Strick, experienced real estate partners. We've got New American Funding via Score Mortgage, and of course, Neuage Health and Wellness, which we'll get into. Joe, can you pop up that medicine picture? I need a couple moms. No, I've got, it'll be on your screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now this blew my mind. We have an extremely intelligent group of viewers and listeners on the podcast. I was just told about this last night from my friend Ben. Have you seen combo medicine? Have we ever been told to take acetaminophen and ibuprofen in the same pill at the same
Not
time?
at the same pill at the same time. We were always told to alternate it.
But
Yes.
yeah,
Like every 2
apart.
hours.
what
yeah.
the hell is going on with putting
I
it in
don't
the same
know.
pill?
That is crazy.
I guess
Yeah.
if you don't take the jab, then here we'll give you a Motrin Vic and goodbye.
Unless
Lights
one's
out.
time release and the other one's not.
Okay, have you seen
yeah,
this though?
maybe.
Oh, no.
Wait, no, but see, that's what. Okay, so I saw that they show 2 white pills on there.
Which one
Mhm.
can I take? We go through this every
So
time.
this is the debate with almost every man. They
What-
have no clue what ibuprofen is, Motrin, Advil,
Oh my God,
acetaminophen,
guilty.
Tylenol, etc. Like they
I
don't
thi-
know the difference
Here's the
between all of
deal.
them.
Just make 2 of them.
See, now what do you
Right.
think? Now, to me, okay, it says, look, each tablet contains 2 medicines.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need
Yeah.
ibuprofen and acetaminophen in the same pill?
Because they do slightly treat different things. So one's more inflammatory. The other one, acetaminophen, is more for headaches and fever, and ibuprofen is more inflammatory. And so a lot of times raising children, we had to alternate the 2 to break the fever.
Correct.
So you couldn't get your child to respond to the one medication, so you could wait 2 hours later and then
Steve, did you know this? I didn't.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Here's the thing: is I'm not supposed to take one of them,
Right.
and
Yeah.
He's always
so
like, "Can I
I'm
take
always
this?"
like,
I'm
Right.
"No."
"Can I take the Tylenol, the Advil, the Excedrin, the
No.
blah blah blah?" So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
try not to take much at all.
Okay,
Right.
and I'm not trying to go all conspiracy theory. Why are we putting these 2 together in the same pill now?
To make
Come on,
money.
you guys do your own
It's
show. You have to
weird.
deal
It
with
is
these
Find
things.
weird.
a cure for that here soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It is
everybody
weird.
that's taking that will have a cure. Bill Gates is coming out with it, actually.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's to make us sick, hurt our liver, so that
Right.
then they can give us like the Munchausen thing. Then they can
Right.
make us all better with another pill.
it blew my mind. Now I've always been told, I did know that. Listen, be careful on the ibuprofen,
Yes.
and if
Yes.
you take it with food because of your stomach.
Yes.
And I know a guy whose dad died a horrible death
Mhm.
because of overuse. At least they figured it was overuse of ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about what I knew about ibuprofen, but I know it works damn well
Yeah.
when I take it, and it
Yeah.
works quick
It does.
when I take it.
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
didn't know if something was up.
See, it doesn't work on my headaches. It works for other things,
Mhm.
aches, pains, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when I have a headache, I need to take Excedrin. Tylenol, maybe.
So
but
Excedrin
a lot
works
of
for
times
you.
Excedrin. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're dehydrated because you said you don't drink
I
much
live
water.
dehydrated. I'm
But
a
you've got smart
I'm a
water on the
camel.
table.
I know. Look how much I drank. That's probably over 3 days.
yeah, that's from June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drinking now.
Uh, I'm curious, and I don't know if our viewers can see when you're dressed because of the camera shot that we have right now.
There's a dress.
She should walk in front of the camera because it's really
Can't
pretty.
walk.
Yeah, can we take a close up of them on that camera, Joe? Is that possible?
I don't think so.
I didn't know if we could. Oh yeah, because that's our big shot over here.
Yeah.
Long shot.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't know if we could take that shot. I was like, dang, you look real. You always look good,
She does.
but you look like you're ready, like you're going out in Miami tonight.
Yeah, I have a meeting today.
Is
And it
this a
feels
big-
like Miami out
and
there.
It's so freaking hot out.
Yeah.
So,
But I thought
know.
Wednesdays are your date days with your
That's
husband.
what I thought it was for.
I thought it was for your husband.
me.
That too, that too.
Man, all right.
He's my first meeting.
There you go. The most important one.
Yes.
Hey, we were talking. I saw something you posted about real estate agents this week. Lizzie showed it to me
Yeah.
regarding, hey, it hasn't been an easy year. It's been a very, very tough year.
Uh-huh.
Arguably, maybe the worst year ever for real estate, right?
Correct.
At least on record.
And mortgage.
Yeah.
And mortgage, because they go hand in hand. I guess that would make sense.
Mhm.
We saw your post about real estate agents and how they don't have to accept certain situations there, and you have a program. Could you guys talk about that? Do you know what I'm talking?
Babe?
Her post, my post.
Your
We saw it in your
post about
post about real
how they
estate
can make
agents
more
and,
money.
and how you can make more money. You don't have to accept what's out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, here's what's happening right now: is real estate agents are making, and I'll break this down as
Yeah.
simply as I can. Real estate agents are making less money.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Period. There's more agents. There's less inventory, which means less homes to sell, and institutional money is coming in. I just put something up the other day. Is 1 out of 4 homes were bought by institutional money. So with that being said,
wait, can you repeat that? Is that like BlackRock, Vanguard? I don't. Is that when you say that money, a fourth of them, is it by like BlackRock?
Yeah, BlackRock, and then many others,
Mhm.
along those same lines. But yeah, BlackRock is obviously the big name that's out there. So what we're doing is we created a program to where real estate agents can actually participate on both sides of the process, and it makes it not only better for the real estate agent because they can make money on both sides of the process, which they couldn't do before, but for the actual client, for the actual consumer, for the actual home seller and buyer, it's going to make the process much smoother.
Yeah.
It's going to make transparency better. It's going to revolutionize the business, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd go there because that's the part I was going to bring in.
Yeah, of course.
Go for it.
I mean, I just saw that. Did you want to add upon anything there, Kathy?
No, I think this is a relatively newer way of thinking of having agents involved in both the side of real estate and somewhat involved in the side of mortgage as well. So you've got some controversy. People will be like, conflicts of interest, things like that. And in my perspective, I think it's the exact opposite. I've fought with lenders and the process for over 25 years of being like behind the curtain of what's happening on the lending side as the agent. Who's that? Oh, yeah.
What are you
I've
guys
seen
laughing
him
at?
before.
Yeah.
Rob
So
Bazell, if we need a good lender, let's get covered.
No, but I'm
Do some
saying
homework.
for an agent, we're the orchestrator of the contract. We're the gatekeeper of what's happening with all the timelines and keeping our consumer out of liability way, right? So by meeting all their timeframes, then you hand the again a little bit, at least where we're concerned. It might not be for everybody. But we're seeing new listings come on the market, and I feel like there's buyers out there that are just coming to terms with what the rates are. And some people want to move, some people have to move, and they're moving.
Did anything happen in the last week regarding rates, or are we still around the same rates?
No, I mean, rates continue to go up, believe it or not. So, we're waiting for the Fed to curb inflation. Everything that I'm reading, it's another 6 to 12 months before we're, starting to see rates drop. But it depends who you talk to. Some people say at the end of the year, rates will be around 7%. Some people say at the end of the year, they'll be 6.5%.
There's no way it could go over 7, right? Even though we've seen those days in the past.
Go over 7?
Haven't we seen them in the past?
Oh, it's 7.6 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's well over 7%, which is crazy, but it is what it is. And, to Cass' point, 2002, it was a great market and rates are the highest they've been in 20 years, but we weren't battling inflation like we are right now. We weren't battling the shock of coming from a 3% interest rate, which basically locks people into their homes, which we're battling right now. So it is a completely different market.
Yeah.
What about things that people need to be looking forward to, maybe in the next week to 2 weeks to a month to 2 months when it comes to purchasing a house, buying a house, things to get ready right now?
Go ahead. First of all, get your financing together. I just dealt with a couple that we met them just from calling off the sign. They didn't want to work. They wanted to use the listing agent. I showed them the house. We started talking. They didn't have any of their financing in line. They were taking an offer from a third-party company, so they were going to do a cash out of their house. But in the meantime, we've got offers pouring in on this house. So these people ended up losing out on that house because they didn't have their ducks in a row before they went to look. And just the couple of days it took to get those ducks in a row, somebody else already swooped in and bought the house. Now, since then, we were able to get them into a program that ended up working out good for them. We found them a different house, and we used the NAF cash program, which is amazing. If any realtors out there are not familiar with that, you need to check into the NAF cash program because
never heard of it.
We were able to make this buyer, quote, a cash buyer, even though we needed the proceeds from his house to close to be able to get and he was getting a loan. So this program, Steve can tell you more about it, put him in a position to where he could make an offer that wasn't contingent on financing. He can make an offer that wasn't contingent on his successful closing because he still had to get that money from that third-party company that was buying him out. So he was able to make a super clean offer and got the next house because I was able to sit down and just in 2 days turn his whole situation around where he was going to have to be stacked with 2 contingencies. He was able to go in with 0.
So, I mean, now more than probably any other time in our lifetime, it's important to get your lending straight. Sounds like there's definitely alternatives.
And a strategic agent. There's tools out there that you don't even know about that are happening and coming to the market new every single day. And so being plugged in with a realtor that's plugged in with things that are happening even outside of your area, we've got to have our finger on the pulse of all these different tools that we can use to be able to give you the edge, or be able, not even if you're not even competing, just be able to put you in the right program so that you can afford the house or get the rate that you need or whatever it is.
314-276-SOLD, 314-276-SOLD. If anybody has any questions regarding mortgage, regarding anything with selling a home, don't do it alone. We run the number at the bottom of the screen for those who are watching. For those who are listening, 314-276-SOLD. And of course, we've got Steve Strick's phone number there as well. You can see it, or you can call him at 314-374-0770. Before you guys got on today, we had to save some time for Neuage Health Wellness because Lizzie went and had her blood drawn last week. And we'll let Lizzie talk about it. She was talking about what a great experience it was.
Yeah. It was.
We had Linda who went in last week. She said she had a terrific experience as well.
Love to hear it.
You walk in, just to give an example, you walk in and you really think you're at a spa because it's got neat music. It's so clean. It's so relaxing. And Jason and Courtney were standing right up front. But then when they take you around the back, it's no doubt a doctor's office. It's very clean. It's very nice. It looks just like your doctor's office, but you already walk in already kind of relaxed. And there was, I don't know if I should say this, but there was an elderly gentleman just sitting there in the waiting room, and I didn't know what he was doing. And as I was leaving, Jason was just just being so kind to him about what kind of place this is. And I'm not going to go into any particulars because, you know, it's his business. But it was such a great situation. I go back and Courtney was there, asked me a lot of questions, a whole lot of questions, you know, and she was like, can I be intrusive and ask you deep questions? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah. And so she asked me all kinds of questions. And then when it came time to get the blood drawn, and I'm one of those kind of squeamish people, it didn't hurt at all.
Love to hear it. Yes.
Not at all. And so I get the results tomorrow, and I'm so excited about that. And I'm taking your advice. I'm journaling. Everything that I told you was already written in the journal. But I mean, it was painless. It was painless. And I have nothing but great things to say about it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And then, Steve, we wanted to show you posted this on your social media. So we took pictures so that you could go over this. And we just wanted to show people what you were doing, if you could kind of go through that as well.
Yeah, so blood tests are like health superheroes, spotting troublemakers like diabetes, high cholesterol, and sneaky conditions before they wreak havoc. I had my blood work done, personal experience, and it was one of those sneaky things that was hidden. I knew I didn't feel great, but it was more serious than I thought. So I had to go in and I had to get an iron infusion to make me a superhero again.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just it's a fun way to play with that. But
we've also got the other ones as well.
Regular blood work keeps you in control of your health journey, keeping you fine-tuned treatments for chronic conditions and stay ahead of the curve. 100%.
So going back to what Lizzie said earlier, she was asking you, quote, invasive questions to dig deeper. And that's something that we pride ourselves on as being different from some other clinics, is that we're not just going by the labs.
Correct.
We're going by the labs and by how somebody feels. And that together is how they figure out your treatment and how to fine tune your treatment, because you could be in a quote normal range, but still not feel right or feel good, because that might not be normal for you or optimal for you. Right. So by asking you those questions and, like I said, journaling different things, you're going to really be able to fine tune it better than just going off labs.
But it's important to put people in a place to where they feel comfortable enough to actually tell the truth.
Correct.
You know, because I remember the first few times I was going to the doctor, I'll tell you about 90% of it.
Right.
And the 10% is the stuff that needs to be fixed.
Correct.
Right. I don't want to tell you that.
Yes.
You have to open up or else you can't fix it.
Right. And I've been to other doctors' offices that have never asked me some of those questions. And if they had, I would have been, really? That's none of your business.
Yeah.
But it's the approach. It definitely is approach. You walk in literally thinking you're going to have a massage. I mean, it's that neat of an environment when you walk in there. It's great. And somebody the other day was just asking me about it. And I said, I highly recommend that you do that. And they live in the same area I do. I was like, oh, drive into Ladue. It's totally fine. There's going to be one out here. Yeah. But even if you don't, I have a feeling with Jason, say if you lived in Detroit, I would not hesitate to still use Neuage, because you could do the telecall and the people that work there, and I'm not just saying that, they're genuinely caring and genuinely calm and nice and ask the right questions. I can't say enough.
Yeah. Oh, good. Love it. Thank
No,
you.
it's true.
Glad you had a great experience.
And then the last slide you've got up there, blood tests reveal if your body needs a little extra oomph in the form of hormones, vitamins, or minerals, ensuring you're ready to take on the world like a superhero.
Absolutely.
It's true. Is your testosterone levels low? Are your vitamin levels low? Are your mineral levels low? Those are all things that can be adjusted to make you feel and live that optimal lifestyle.
And once again, just reminding everybody, you're not overseeing medical situations.
Yes, we're not the medical
professionals.
We
are not.
I just wanted to get that out there and remind everybody.
Yes,
you don't wear white coats as well.
I could take acetaminophen or ibuprofen. Or is it the same thing?
We have a staff, a doctor, a nurse practitioner, and a medical assistant.
Yes, there was great medical people there. And Jamie was saying she goes there. She's one of our listeners, and this is her fourth week. And she said she's feeling great, and she's taking the semaglutide.
Oh,
Stay
good.
with
Love to hear it.
Stick with it. Stick with it. You're going to feel like you haven't felt in 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Anything else from that standpoint? News coming out, headlines coming out regarding what you're doing? Any updates? Anything to give people? Because we have new listeners all the time about what they should know about what you're doing, because you're talking about feeling better. And we heard Lizzie's story about getting blood work.
I can't say it again. Go to a specialist for hormones, because it took me a couple of years of going to my MD saying, I don't feel right. I'm gaining weight. I'm not sleeping good. Like, I'm just feeling like maybe I'm even slightly depressed. And it was all, well, you're normal, you're normal, you're normal. It's just aging. That's aging. That's what happens. It wasn't my normal. And it wasn't until I went to a hormone specialist, which is what led us to the path of eventually investing in these type of companies and opening our own clinics. It was going to somebody that heard what I said, didn't brush it off under the basic medical test, and then specifically tested me for certain things, found what I was low in, treated me, and it totally turned my world around. So for the new listeners, don't take no for an answer. If you're not feeling good, seek out somebody else. And like Lizzie said, we can do telehealth in most states. So you can always call in and do a telehealth consultation with us, and we're able to, most likely we'll be able to treat you.
All right, before you guys go, what's new with you guys in your life, your personal life? What's new with the Stricks these days? We get all the business stuff done. Yeah. What are you guys up to? Because you're kind of, you guys, you live a full life. You guys are all around.
Well, we're getting ready to take Lena. Our youngest will be empty nesters in less than a week. So we take her on Monday and leave her on Tuesday. She thinks she starts late compared to most everybody else, but we're taking her for her freshman year of college, and she's the last of 3. So
we party. No, I'm joking.
Party.
Then we have to work some more.
And she'll be in Chicago, right?
She'll be in Chicago with her sister.
Is that it's safe part of Chicago? And I don't want to sound like my old.
The safe part.
But last weekend, it's a big place, and most people take care of themselves, and there's tons of people. There were just. People are sometimes, downtown Chicago, last weekend, 37 shootings, 7 dead.
I have the app on my phone that alerts you every time there's something that goes on.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's that app?
There's a couple different ones in Chicago. Yeah.
Through the orientation. It is kind of like too many notifications, though. And so you got to kind of quiet it. But, it's like any other place with that many condensed areas with people. There's going to be problems. Yeah. You got to be aware. You really have to be aware.
Especially if you have the people in place at their circuit attorneys who aren't prosecuting criminals like they should
That's
be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And I mean, it just, and you wonder why there's crime. If there's no deterrent, there's going to be crime. Those things happen all the time. Guys, God bless her. Yeah. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Hang in there.
Go work that meeting in that blue dress, Kathy.
You got it.
See you guys.
Look and smoke and have a fun, day.
All right.
For people who don't know, the Stricks go on their date on Wednesdays as well.
I love it.
It's I won't say it's a. Love you guys. Thanks again, Kathy.
Hi, guys.
Kathy Strick, 314-276-SOLD, 314-276-SOLD. Also, you've got Steve Strick. You can look at the number. His number runs at the bottom of the screen, or at least we had that up as well. New American Funding. And of course, Neuage Health Wellness.com, Neuage Health Wellness.com. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, show you our partners. We come back, we've got, President Biden stuff, you've got debate stuff, you've got all kinds of information that we'll get into. We've got that video, Lizzie, the blue, you guys see what the Maui stuff.
Yes.
Blue was not torn apart.
Isn't that interesting?
In Maui. I didn't know that fire stopped at blue.
I didn't either until all of this. Apparently it does.
Just wait until you see the video.
Yes.
That's coming up with all of that. It'll blow your mind. This is cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks and Projo. We'll show you our partners here, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Plus, we got to get into the Tashara Jones situation, wanting to ban ARs and AKs in the city, even though, most of the crimes are not even committed with, like, over 95% of the crimes are with handguns, if they are.
Correct.
By criminals that have been in the system for a long time, or people known about them. Go figure. All of that. We'll get into all of that coming up in just a moment. But first, here's a look at our partners.
And now it's here. The unveiling of the latest Carroll House lifestyle collections. I'm Brooke with my sister Amy, inviting you to see 3 football fields of the latest styles.
Our new lifestyle collections are premium quality furniture made exclusively for us and available only at Carroll House.
The attention to detail is unmatched, and so is the value, nearly half the price of a typical gallery store.
Plus, get free financing, delivery, and in-home design. Carroll House, because you like nice things.
Marco, wait. What? No response? Hi, I'm Curtis Sparks with Complete Auto Body and Repair, offering full service and auto repair to St. Louis and St. Charles. We are looking for someone to say polo. That's right, we are hiring. We want you now. If you would like to work in a well-paying environment, then you owe it to yourself to stop by one of our 6 Complete Auto Body and Repair locations. Will you help me find that missing person? Please call me directly at 636-488-HIRE. That's right, 636-488-4473.
Dad and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixes cars.
Kathy Helbig Strick, owner of Experience Real Estate Partners with eXp, has been one of St. Louis, Missouri's highest selling groups for 26 years running. In that time, Kathy and her team have successfully assisted an incredible 4,000 families. So if you're thinking about buying, building, or selling, be sure to put Kathy's group and their experience to work for you, and you can expect to be moved. Just give her a call at 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-7653, or find her online at experience-re.com.
As all of you may know, the home of the Cancel This studio is located at the all-inclusive private jet hangar, Strategic Air Services. Founded in Chesterfield, Missouri, they take pride in offering a meticulous approach to private aviation through services that fully manage your trip from takeoff to landing. Strategic Air Services is more than just storage for your aircraft. They offer state-of-the-art amenities to its members and guests. When you are not traveling, you have the luxury of enjoying their world-class gym, conference rooms, lounges, and so much more. Strategic Air Services offers an unparalleled luxury experience for all things private aviation. If you're looking for a new place to call home for your aircraft, give them a call today at 636-400-7601. Again, that's 636-400-7601, or visit their website at strategicairservices.net.
Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, if you don't know, is a family-owned business that has been around since 1994, serving some of the best chicken wings in town, no joke. Also known for their fresh burgers, pizza, and incredible smoked meat. Top-notch happy hour specials are included, plus live music every Friday and Saturday. Oh yeah, you can also enjoy their spacious heated covered patio. It's Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road.
Hi, everybody. I am Lizzie Sparks. For any of you who have just been tuning in, Vic Faust is off for the rest of the day. Actually, he's not off. He is going to do some business things. It's getting ready to be Girl Power Hour. Nicole Jenkins will be here momentarily. But up until then, I want to hear you guys' opinion. So on the chat line, I'm still going to be paying attention to that. We've been talking a lot about the debates coming up. I know many of you are still going to be watching Trump, of course. We're all going to be watching Trump, I think. But there's other things that I thought was really weird that we can talk about just for a second before Nicole gets here. And one of those things is blue roofs. Did any of you guys know that blue roofs repels fire? I think Joe didn't.
Yeah, he sent some videos, and it's not just blue roofs. There's blue umbrellas, anything that was the color blue.
Blue. Okay, so why don't we run that real quick and tell me if you guys knew anything about blue and how it repels fire. That's crazy. Look at that. And I know I see Bindi saying on here that she thought it was red roofs. But look
it's definitely the color blue. Something about the color blue.
Yes. And I wonder how
Blue
many
cars
people
didn't-
knew to do that.
Yeah, blue cars, the windows didn't melt like in blue cars.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had actually never heard of that before. I would like to know, Joe, do you happen to know if Oprah or Obama had blue roofs?
I'm sure they had a lot of blue stuff.
I'm sure they did too. I mean, I know they were not right in that exact area that it happened, but that is just absolutely crazy. You know, right now there's so many things going on that's just nuts. I mean, we've got Hawaii going on. We've got literally over the weekend, and we've talked about this a lot on the show, is that we've got COVID coming back. And all of us smart people, we obviously know that the variant is not going to be as strong. It just isn't. And so if you already haven't gotten the jab, I'm sure you're not going to get it this time. But what are you going to do? What are you guys going to do when you walk into your work and you've got your either very fearful or you have a far left liberal that is going to tell you to put a mask on again? What do? Are you going to put that mask on? Are you going to take that jab if your company tells you to do that? There is a lot of advantages we know to our health to just say no. We absolutely say no. But I have quite a few friends that the first time around, they knew they shouldn't be taking it, but they were either close to retirement or they were finally making good money and they took it anyway. And so some people are having side effects, some other people are not having side effects, and it's just a very rough way to go. It's a choice that we have to make. Are we going to take the shot? I don't know. Joe, what are you hearing? Are you hearing people saying that they'll take it this time around that maybe took it the last time?
I'm not hearing anybody say that they wouldn't. However, I have discussed it with people who have had the jab, and they seem to be sick at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So I've basically, pointed out the fact that they should be really angry right now.
Correct. And we were actually told by Dr. Fraudchi that if we took it, we absolutely would not get the C word. Oh, I'm just going to say it. We would not have COVID. And then we even had Kamala Harris. She was going on and saying it. And so many people told us, if you take it, then you absolutely will not get it. I know that most of the people that have gotten the shot, they then got COVID. And I know many people who didn't have not even gotten COVID at all, or if they did, it was no worse than the person who took it. And we don't know what's in it. We still do not know what's in it. I've had friends tell me that maybe it's a placebo. I've had other people tell us that there's some really bad things in there. The doctors that I've talked to, and that many of you very smart Cancel This listeners have talked to doctors, have listened to podcasts, have gotten in tuned, and that what's going in there, it could even hurt our DNA. So it's something that we actually, in my opinion, I am not a doctor. I don't want anyone in my family taking it. And for the most part, I really didn't have many people in my family take it. I had two that I'm aware of. I think my in-laws got it as well. And some of them are adamant that they would do it again if their doctor told them to. Go ahead.
I feel like I want to make a prediction here.
Yeah, make a prediction. Please do.
I think that there's going to be a sequel that they're going to try to push on us. I don't think they're going to try to give us the same one, because they would be absolutely stupid to try to give us the same one.
Yes.
It's probably going to be the same one, just with a different.
Right. Yes, I agree. I think your prediction's right. I've heard most people, if they're making a prediction, it's the same as that you're saying, Joe, is that they're going to do it exactly the same way because it worked the same time, or it worked. And so we were able to lock down our homes, lock down our schools. And the worst of it, I think, yes, I think it's schools, but they lock down our places of worship where many of us go to get solace and where we get peace, and we couldn't go. And the only place we could go to our home. And, my home's a good place, but I mean, you didn't get to see your friends. I know I had relatives that absolutely would not see my children because my children were going to be these little bug infested kids that were going to kill grandma, so to speak. And it's sad. Many of us have relatives that we know that died, and they died alone. And this time we know what they're going to do. We have their playbook. We cannot have fear. Even if we do have fear, we need to not act on our fear, because we know what they're going to do. And if it doesn't work, some people are saying it's not going to work because too many of us know about this. Okay, I still think we're going to have those maskers, but I do think there's way more of us than there is on them until you go to certain areas. I don't know if you've noticed that, Joe. If you go in one area, nobody has a mask on. And then you go into a different area of the country or city or whatever, and there's a lot more maskers. And what that leads to me is that they're very fearful, or that they do listen to the mainstream media, because they've already started that. I have numerous friends that are like, I haven't heard that. And I was like, well, good, because you're probably not listening to CNN and MSNBC, who is certainly already saying that that's what's going to happen. And we have to not fall into that trap. And I think you're right, Joe. The prediction is they're going to do it again. But why? Why do you think they're going to do it again?
Well, I mean, they've got to get it in us. They're very adamant about getting whatever is in this stuff inside of us for whatever reasons.
Correct.
And I mean, they're going to do anything that they can to convince us to do it on our own free will.
Yes, I agree. And they want us to be happy about it too, and be joyful about it. And you can look at it, I look at it two different ways. They want to do what they did to the last election, because President Trump is a threat to the way they want to run this country. They want to run it with the whole world order. This they want to pretend it's a whole kumbaya. But I just really believe that they think that we're just the little minions, that there's this high elite there, and this high elite thinks that we're taking their air, we're taking their resources, we're having babies. I think that's the push for us not having babies too, is they don't want any more of our babies around. And a lot of other people are saying things that, yes, that's it too. But we know the easier thing to say is they want to recreate the 2020 election. They want to make it 2024 so that President Trump does not get in. The problem with if President Trump doesn't come in, we know that we're having the debates this evening. And Vic and I talked about this, just a little bit ago, that who would you pick? There's nobody as strong. And so that leaves, speaking of strong, there's somebody very strong that just walked into the studio who has a lot of things to say. And so this begins our Girl Power segment. And we have Nicole Jenkins here, and she's been on our show several times. And I am thrilled to have her here, because I like to have her take, as she and I are very similar, but then there's ways that she and I've talked about on the show that were different as well. So I love having her on. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask Nicole while she's here. What does she think about things? What does she think about? She's very also in tuned. This is more a regional thing, and we didn't touch on it much today, but talking about what's going on in St. Louis City, but talking about what's going on in St. Louis City could be any big city in the United States, with them wanting to take our guns. And, and I saw this the other day in the city, that people are having signs out there that says protect people, not guns. And so they are pushing that. And I know in the city of St. Louis, they've often not come out when your car got broken into. It's kind of been a standard way they're doing it. But now the St. Louis Metropolitan Police, and I am not dissing the police. Trust me, I'm not. I'm a police officer kid. But they've now broadcasted that your car gets broken into, they're not coming. You're just going to have to call them. And we know with the 911 system, are they going to answer? Good morning.
I'm blinded.
You are blinded. Can you see? But you look cool.
I'm blinded by the haters.
Yeah.
Haters.
By the haters. I bet you are blinded by the haters. I bet you are.
So today, all the shade, you and I have been talking about all the shade that's been thrown on me. I had one girl say she wanted to dig her heels in me.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, she's coming for me.
Dig her heels.
So I was like, you know what? I had a good talk with a lot of people, and they said, Nicole, keep that good spirit that you got.
Yes.
So I said, it's all Gucci. I'm going to wear my Gucci shades. And I love it.
I love it. I should have worn mine. Oh, I don't have any. I have Walmart shades, but I should have worn my Walmart shades.
Next time you got to wear your shades.
Yes, I do. Yes.
And I got our shirts that says Stop the Mean Girl Madness.
Oh, yes. Stop the Mean Girl Madness.
I ordered our shirts.
Good.
If you're wondering why I have on glasses, is because I'm saying, hi, haters.
Hi, haters. Yes, and the last time Nicole was here, we have a segment called, you want to say it? I like how you say it.
Oh, God.
Stop the Mean Girl.
Stop the Mean Girl Madness. Like, mean girls have to stop, but we already know it exists.
Yes.
So how do we stop it? We just don't pay any attention to it.
Correct. You put your shades and you just walk on in.
Yeah. You gotta, women, you gotta keep strutting. You gotta keep going. It's a lot of mental health. There's a lot of women that are just not happy with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they are like the meanest girl.
They are the meanest girl.
Like they're like the ones, I'm telling you, like they want to eat me up.
I bet.
And I'm like, my theme song is Started from the Bottom, Now We're Here.
I love it. I love that song.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team is with me. So I started from the bottom, I'm here, my whole team is with me, and I am like, there's no mean girl that could take me down.
Good for you. I'm glad that we're friends because we get that, don't we? We get the mean girl.
We get that, Lizzie, and we don't even have to elaborate on it much, but it's becoming like this epidemic of like unhappy women that just want to just I don't even know what you call it. I'm like, girl, I got so much going on, I can't even deal with you.
Right. And I originally thought the mean girls were more left-leaning women simply because they want to be so strong. They don't need a man.
Yeah.
Then when the man doesn't stand up for them because they can't, because you've bitten their head off, they're just so angry. And I think it mainly is the leftist mentality. But I do see some conservative women too that are starting to become angry and come after other conservative women. And I don't get that at all.
The conservative women are like, we're creme de la creme, and you don't fit the bill.
Right.
And the left women are kind of like, I am so strong, I don't need a man. But I'm gonna be quite honest, I need a man.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I do. I'm a very strong woman, but I need a man to balance me. Like I need somebody to kind of put me in my place. Sometimes I do need to be put in my place. I don't want a weak team.
Correct.
Even my team, at the urgent care, I got a lot of men working there because I need someone to tell me, no, Nicole, this is how it is. You can't. I don't want to. Sometimes as women, we are so like strong that, and society has put like kind of broken up the homes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where the man leads a little bit. Like I want somebody to lead a little bit. I am very strong, but I don't all the time want to lead. I don't all the time want to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about any other woman, but I know that I need a man in my life.
Yes.
Like whoever he may be, whatever it may be, whatever, even if it's just a friend, I need that. I don't need a jealous man in my life, but I need a man in my life.
Yeah, that's not helpful. A jealous man is not helpful. I know I've got a very strong son, a very strong son-in-law, a very strong husband, and I have a lot of male friends.
Yeah.
And they tend to be very strong because I need that too, because I think I'm a strong woman.
You are.
But I absolutely like that testosterone of a strong man that can fix something I can't fix. I'm not wired like a man.
Yes.
And there's nothing like a strong man. And that is something that I think we're missing these days because there's men that are been so put down, told to be quiet. We don't need you. Even starting from school, teachers are telling these boys, don't use your testosterone. Maybe not really saying that, but sit in your seat, be quiet, color like a good boy. But they still have to wrestle. They've got testosterone that you want them to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't want to, you don't want to beat men up.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
No.
You don't want to be. I know a lot of women that are like man haters.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because of past relationships or things that they've been through with men. You don't want to beat, because all men are not the same.
Correct.
You don't want to beat men up. Just beat the man up that that did you wrong, and the woman as well. You know what I mean? It goes both ways, but you definitely need that balance.
Yes.
And I think it makes, a good power couple is people that understand each other. And you can have, oftentimes they say, well, a strong man shouldn't have a woman that's strong, and that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true. If you guys are mature enough to understand that you're working towards something,
correct,
it's a goal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have that goal, then you can. A relationship can work. Any relationship can work in due time, and if you put in the work.
Yes.
So let's talk about your subject that you were talking about when I walked in. So I think, as far as guns, is there a problem in the city? Absolutely. There's a huge problem in the city of St. Louis. But we also have to understand the underlying problem. And nobody's getting to the underlying problem, because I don't want you to take my gun.
Right.
I'm not a violent, citizen. I'm not a person that will go out and just start shooting people. But I do want to be able to protect myself if someone walks behind me or walk up on me while I'm in my business.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very unfair, for me to be able to protect myself to get rid of the guns. But is there a gun problem? Absolutely. But we also have to go and ask these young kids that are shooting up, that are very reckless with these guns, that are shooting each other. Like, some of them know better.
Right.
Some of these problems stem from the home. We have any politician, I'm not just talking about social workers, I'm talking about politicians. Have they had a round table with these children? Have they had a round table with the violent offenders and saying, why are you doing this? What's making you do this?
Correct. And that comes from the home for sure. And we're going to get back to talking about that in just a second. But in the meantime, Projo is telling us that we have someone on video chat, and his name is Charlie Unger, and he's with Greenlight Dispensary, and he's going to talk to us for just a little bit. Maybe you can chime in with your opinion too.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Charlie, how are you?
Hey, how are you ladies today? Thanks for having me.
Well, and Charlie, you are so blessed today. You have girl power, Vic, and Eric is not here until Friday. And Vic, who is our testosterone we were just talking about, he is gone for the rest of the day. And we do once a month a girl power segment. And so you're talking with Nicole and I. And so you get the women today. So, sorry you don't have Vic, but, you got Nicole, and I'm going to tell you what, that is a pretty darn good substitution right there.
Yes.
Absolutely. Nicole, great to meet you virtually. So appreciate all you guys are doing, providing a really valuable voice in a space that needs it. So always just want to, express how much I personally appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much. Could you tell us what you're wanting to talk about today, and what are some new products you can have? Because Nicole hasn't been in here in one of these segments. Tell him why we think it's so important that we do these.
So these
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry, Nicole.
Wait,
That's
this is what I want to ask you too about the marijuana and veterans.
Yes. She can tell you about. So tell him what you do.
So I own an urgent care for veterans. 80% of my business is pain. We have chiropractors, we have physical therapists now, acupuncturists, mental health therapy and family medicine, but podiatry, but 80% is pain. These patients are they're coming in asking about marijuana. Will you give us some marijuana cards? Where do we go? The VA will not write them scripts, of course, we know that, but they're willing to pay on their own, and they want to do more of a natural kind of substance than continue to take the medication.
So Charlie, could you tell our listeners what exactly would be good for a veteran to come in if they're in pain?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so great that that's something that you are providing, Nicole. It's something that we hear and see every single day. With this company, Greenlight, here in St. Louis, we are so honored that we do employ a lot of veterans. So I get some really interesting firsthand perspective on this. But that is the most common refrain is I'm trying to treat pain. And it's not just trying to treat it for the first time. We're talking about people that have been disenfranchised by sort of the pharmaceutical pain carousel, where you just get thrown on, and it's kind of one hill and valley after another of just getting thrown prescription medications that can lead to dependency, that can lead to really tragic outcomes. We feel like this is a holistic and healthy route to what we consider to be authentic healing. Whether it's physical pain from injury sustained, or it's helping to treat more of the emotional, mental pain associated with PTSD, we've got a lot of answers and solutions for that we really believe in. Here at Greenlight as well, we're thrilled to offer one of the most competitive veterans discounts. So if you come into our store, say you're a veteran with some questions, we'll get you noted like that in our system, and we'll take however much time necessary to talk to our valued servicemen, men and women, and get them set up so they can continue to live their best life that they deserve.
Okay.
And Charlie, which location are you at?
Yeah, so I'm coming to you now from the corner of Chippewa and Watson. So it'll be 6497 Chippewa. We're right across the street from Donut Drive-In, and we're kind of spread all over. Our newest store is going to be in the 8900 block of Manchester Road in Rock Hill, right by Hacienda. We're at Brown and Natural Bridge, right by the airport. And then sort of our flagship store is going to be in Ferguson, Missouri, 517 South Florissant. So we're kind of all over town, wherever you can find us.
So it sounds like your location isn't too far from where you're at, Nicole.
No, I'm in the Grove. So you're not too far.
Right down the street. Absolutely.
Okay. I will send my patients there, and maybe we can talk about like a VAUC day or a discount or something like that.
100%. We would absolutely love that. And like I said, we're so proud of our veterans that are here right now, and they can offer, a really unique insight that somebody like me doesn't necessarily have as much as I would like to. So they can, come in here, and I can assure you that you will see, you'll feel heard and validated with the struggles that you might be going through, in your readjustment, post-service. We're here to help however we can.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand that, because a lot of people don't understand that. They don't really understand veterans. They don't understand that the pain that they're having. They don't understand that the medication they've been on for years, and this medication is not working. You can only continue to take so many pain pills every day until you just get immune to it. But a lot of the veterans are saying that they go to the dispensary.
Yeah.
And it's working, and it helps them between their physical therapy and their chiro coming to us and going to the, dispensary. It's beginning to work for them. We have a charity foundation. We're going to be doing some studies. We have Dr. Randolph there, and she's already doing studies, and she's licensed in chiro, acupuncture, and physical therapy. So we're open 6 days a week now. We would love to send our patients to you. Veterans are they're so underserved.
Yes.
It's a population that's underserved.
Yes, I agree that they're definitely underserved, and we need to do more about that. And so, Charlie, give us some example of some products that you have today that would be good for that, and then you can show us maybe some of your new products.
Absolutely. So actually, a few weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to be on the show. We talked about one of the most medicinal grade products, you might call it, Rick Simpson oil. It's ultra concentrated cannabis extract that, through a host of studies has just shown wonderful application from, something as severe as cancer to topical relief to, anxiety regulation, you name it. But as we talked about on the show, the method for delivery is a little tricky because it's just raw, undiluted cannabis oil, comes in a syringe. That might not necessarily be everyone's cup of tea. So right now we actually have RSO gummies, so edibles that are made with that same full spectrum, cannabis application that you can just consume like a multivitamin, like a piece of candy even, but it's dosed with precision and confidence. So you can identify what your needs are. Talk to us if you need a small dose to a larger dose. We've got all of it. But edibles, especially as a gateway to understanding how cannabis can help, that's a great place to start.
So do you have anything that helps with sleeping?
Absolutely. These edibles would be a great product for that. But we do have some sleep specific edibles. And especially from some of the servicemen and women I've talked to, sleep can be a major problem for them.
There's a lot of women going through menopause.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, my voice, this is not funny. What I'm about to say, do not judge me for it. I'm not a man, I'm a woman. But so I went to the doctor to help with the sleeping and the weight loss. They gave me testosterone.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure.
And I kind of messed up.
Oh, no.
So I took an edible on St. Patty's Day because I had not been sleeping. It was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up giving myself too much testosterone.
Oh, no. So testosterone and gummies. Oh, my gosh. You didn't get that videoed?
It was videoed.
Oh.
But I was really mad because it was shared to a couple of my employees that I did not want. Like, I didn't know it was videoed.
That's funny.
But so the testosterone, I think I gave myself too much. I know I did. And I think I'm giving myself too much. I'm not following the directions like I should be. And my voice is like this now. And I saw a little bit of hair and I'm like, no, I don't have any hair. So I think I'm going to stick to the edible.
So you think you're going to go in and see Charlie and ask for a sleeping edible instead of some testosterone?
I will be the study for women going through menopause. There is a lot of women going through menopause because I want to stop the testosterone. I don't like this. I don't like the way it makes me talk.
It changes your voice. See, I just thought you were being more sexy, Nicole.
It makes me talk like this. I got on sexy clothes and I'm talking like this.
Oh, yes. And and literally that's what one of our listeners on the Rumble chat line was saying. Self-medicating and not following directions sounds like the average American these days, including Nicole.
And I work with patients and I'm telling patients, you don't know what you have. You have to talk to the doctor. And here I go. I'm taking more testosterone than I should. I'm injecting myself. But the gummy part, I know that I can't take a full gummy. I know that I can't do that. It doesn't make me, I just can't do it. It makes me real loopy and kind of crazy. And I start thinking about things. So what is something that's mild that can, like women that don't sleep, that can put us to sleep? Like even if it's a half, what do you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. No, what's so beautiful about cannabis is that it is so individualized to the user. So what, I try, my standard dosage is incredibly going to, vary from yours to Lizzie's to the next person. And that's why dispensaries are so beautiful, is you're not just buying a brownie from somebody on a street corner or just, casually consuming something. You can know, to the sliver of a percentage of a milligram exactly how much you're getting. You get that assurance when you shop at a dispensary. So for that, we actually, let's say you had a 10 milligram edible, you tell us that was too much, we can go back to a single milligram. And what we can do is sort of use THC as a ballast point to really build a precise profile that's going to help you sleep. So for sleep, for instance, we can get you a gummy that's just 1 milligram of THC, that psychoactive component that's giving you those experiences you don't want. And then we can go in the other direction. So we can do 10 milligrams of CBD or CBN or these other pieces of cannabis that are not psychoactive, that won't trigger that anxiety, but will work with that THC to really give you the exact experience you want. And we really, it's all on an incredible spectrum. And those are some of our most popular products where you're.
And it won't give me the munchies, as Donna says, because I did.
No, I mean, everyone's different again, but yes, these are strictly for sleep and they're phenomenal.
Okay.
Right. That was a good question, because a lot of people these days, are wanting to trim down and they don't want the munchies. So you just were talking about how we can take something that you don't get the munchies.
Oh, yeah, that'll be great if it doesn't give me the munchies. I mean, menopause, Charlie, you don't understand. It's like a nightmare. You go to sleep and you wake up and it's still there. You're still round in the middle. It never goes away until you're done with it, I mean, you literally have to have surgery.
Yeah, some people do have
Yeah.
I mean, you really you just don't know what to do. It really is a nightmare. It's a nightmare for years sometimes.
Yeah, some women go through it really, really bad. I haven't had it really bad at this point. Maybe it's still coming. But yeah, I see some people that just have such a rough time about that. And, there's people on the chat line too saying, Charlie, you look obviously too young and suave and handsome, that you might not go through menopause later, but supposedly that's a thing too. I'm not a man, so I don't know.
The menopause is a young woman or a sports car.
Well, there you go.
Or
So
both.
that's right. So, Charlie, you won't sell gummies for that.
Otherwise known as the midlife crisis.
Correct.
Oh, men call it their midlife crisis.
That's right. Man life crisis.
The midlife crisis of the man.
There you go. All right, Charlie, before we let you go, is there something that we haven't covered that you really wanted to tell us today?
Well, we got a little bit of a special that I'd love to get out there. I know we've got a great partnership with you guys, so you can already save a little bit of money when you come into the store. But right now we are doing what I would call an unprecedented sale, kind of out of deference to the heat. Beverages, kind of the other side of things, a little more of a recreational product, but we have infused lemonades. You wouldn't even tell for a second at first taste that this has cannabis in it, but Nicole, we're talking about things being on a spectrum. We have anything from 20 to 100 milligrams that you can then really dose with precision. So if you just wanted to pour a little bit of this into an iced tea, 5-10 milligrams at a time, you can. The downside to the drinks is they're generally pretty expensive. Here at Greenlight in St. Louis, we've basically cut these prices in half. You would typically see these 100 milligrams going for about $45, $50. Through the duration of this heat wave, we're selling these for $25, and then we've got the 20 milligrams for $10. Can guarantee that's the best price you're going to find anywhere in town. Come in, get a nice chilled drink. I think it's a great way to kind of try things out for some of the more apprehensive consumers. But right now, with this crazy heat wave, it's just a fun little way for us to give back and have an excellent special for our really prized guests.
So is the infused lemonade the one, like Vic told us on the show a couple weeks ago that he drank one of the drinks and he slept and never woke up and slept for like 10 hours. Is that what this lemonade is?
So I think that might have been a slightly different product, but you can anticipate the same effects. I think those might have been some seltzers, which were those are one of my favorite products. Those are going to be a 1-to-1 ratio with THC and CBD. So it's going to be a really kind of enveloping, pleasant, physical experience. Can't recommend those guys enough. We always have those seltzers for $6 a pop as well. And those are kind of a nice, another nice kind of heat wave supplement. We're not anti-booze here by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of people are trying to move in a different direction, and you can come in and get a seltzer that's just 5 milligrams. It'll maybe supplement drinking a few beers or some White Claws at a picnic. That's our specialty. So right now, if that's something your listeners are interested in trying, we've got the best prices and selection on beverages to beat the heat anywhere.
Yeah, we need to beat the heat for sure. And I know that if you go to our website, cancelthisshow.com, there is a coupon there as well that you can take there. I don't know if you can use that in addition to that, but don't forget to take your coupon. And if you forget to take your coupon, make sure you have your phone and you can pull it up and show them that you came in from the show Cancel This.
Yeah, pull that up. Tell us you listen to the show. We got you covered for sure. We love being in this little partnership with you guys.
Well, we love you too. We love you guys very much so. And Nicole, is there anything that you want to say before they leave?
No, we need a coupon for menopause.com.
Menopause.com. Menopause.com. Well, apparently, there you go. Apparently,
book it through Cancel This. Everybody, every viewer. I know there's so many women go through this that's going through this right now. And it seems like a lot of women in their 40s are going through this.
Yeah,
like
starting
the menopause.
earlier.
Like, I'm going to try it. So I'm going to come in because you're not far from me, Charlie, and I'm going to try it. And when I come back on the show,
yes,
I will
tell us all about
everyone how it's working, and what it's doing for me, so they can come in and buy the product, because sleeping is just not good.
Yeah, sleep. And you know what? So many people don't realize that sleep is so underrated. We need to sleep, people.
Sleep actually makes us not sleeping, lack of sleep makes us gain weight.
Yes.
It actually, and that's the huge balance with menopause. Not sleeping, we gain weight.
Yep. Very true. Very true. Well, thank you, Charlie, for humoring us today in our women's segment. And we appreciate you guys so much. And look for Nicole. She'll be coming in soon. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope a whole bunch of people drink some infused lemonade. That sounds like something really great to take right now.
Yeah.
So, ladies, thank you so much. Nicole, whenever you come through the store, just be sure at front you ask for me. I have just the perfect product for you. I'll have that set aside and ready. So I look forward to getting your feedback.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Always a pleasure, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that is their location there is really close to your VA.
Yeah, I just saw that. Lizzie, it's something that I want to say. If so, the St. Louis, it's 2 events coming up.
Okay.
That I think it should be promoted, that it's everybody's working so hard. I sit on the board for the STL Veterans Ball and the VAUC Jazz event. Both of these are veteran events. And the STL Veterans Ball, George Herrera, he's been out in the community for so long. He started with a vision just like me. Rebecca Talman and the other member, she's over the VCP, the Veterans Community Project.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to get them in as guests. But the STL Veterans Ball it's in St. Charles this year.
Oh, it is? Where is it in St. Charles?
It's at Water's Edge.
Water's Edge. Where
It's
is
November 3rd.
November 3rd.
And any veteran, we want you to dress up and get jiggy with it.
Get jiggy with it. Look really great.
Go on stlveteransball.org. We are looking for sponsors, and the VAUC Jazz Fest is going to be in October with Richard Pryor Jr. headlining.
Nice.
We will bring him into the studio.
Yes, let's do it.
Many people don't know that his dad was a singer. And he was just like his dad. He's a Navy veteran, so he will be headlining our event.
Nice.
We have some great people that are helping put it together. So I'm excited about that.
That's
these
awesome.
2 events in the STL Veterans Ball, they're looking for sponsors. VAUC also, but this one is coming up, and this one is very special. Both are special, but I really want to help them promote this.
That's great.
And get it out there. And tickets are, even if you don't come, stlveteransball.org.
Very good. And we really need to do things for our veterans. I mean,
yes.
Many of us I was not a veteran, but my father-in-law, one of my nephews, one of my brothers-in-law, so many people in my family have definitely been in the military. And we know many people too that they're just unsung heroes. Once they come back, we give them a little pat on their back and then we forget about them.
My business developer, him and I had a conversation yesterday, and he said, Nicole, there are so many people that are preying on veterans as well. There are a lot of, it's always been said, Nicole, what about your competition? Honestly, that's that second mover advantage. I'm not too worried about, because if someone with $3, $4, $5 million open up something and try to do what I'm doing, and their heart isn't there, one thing I know about veterans, they will actually be able to tell that their heart isn't there.
Yes.
So that's when I said yesterday, and I hear things in the community, I know that there is some sort of, jealousy because of it's either a misogynism, or it's this female, how does she come in and do this? Well, I have a chance to do this, and I can do this because I come from a veteran. So you don't get to decide what I get to do and how I want to treat my patients. And their heart isn't there like mine. So these glasses are definitely high hater, buy hater.
Right. And what you're doing is from the heart.
So they will never be able to move in on me from a business standpoint. They could put all the money out. They could put all the marketing out. They can do everything they want to do. But one thing I know about veterans is my veterans will speak for me.
Mm-hmm.
They will speak for my team.
Yes. Yeah. And you have a great team. And could you tell them exactly the name of it, what you do? And we've hit it a little bit, what you do and where it's at.
So Veterans Advantage Urgent Care, I am very happy about this because it's the first subspecialty urgent care for veterans in the United States.
Yeah, that is so
There
cool.
is nowhere in the world where you can go and see family medicine, even get telemedicine during COVID, see a podiatrist. see a chiropractor, see an acupuncturist that specializes in PTSD and was running the drug courts in New York and Missouri. Also see a physical therapist and see a mental health therapist. There's nowhere that you can go and do that outside of the VA.
Mm-hmm.
This model has never been thought of. And if someone did, they didn't act it out. I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are actually social workers all as well. We have veterans that come in that are not eligible. We say, do you have your DD-214? If you don't have your DD-214, we have a computer in our therapy room where we fill out for their standard 1080s to receive their DD-214. And then we send them down to the VA for eligibility. We walk them through the process. So we do more. It's urgent care because it's emergent needs, but we actually follow the veterans. We have wound care. And we know our patients. We know Army soldiers suffer from neuropathy. We know usually they have back pain and they have like loss of like feeling in their feet. Or they got some sort of neuropathy. So we are beginning to learn every branch of the military. If you ever want to donate, we have a nonprofit side because we service homeless veterans. We have a clothing room that many of my friends have donated to. There's a lot of veterans that come in and say, I only have this flannel shirt. My friend told me that can I come down there and get a shirt? Can I go down to your clothing room? So it's going to be a complete store ran by veterans. But for right now, we're separating the clothes. I'm looking for donations for racks. Target will give us some in October, they said.
That's great.
But we are a one-stop shop for our veterans. And there is nobody doing it. But there's always people that talk about it that don't want to see the mission go through, and that's why I'm so big on moving out to St. Charles County, because Mayor Godway in St. Charles of Dardenne Prairie, he wrote a letter to us, to Congressman Wagner. Congressman Mike Boss. He has been a huge supporter. You, Lizzie, and just St. Charles, St. Charles, period. Yes. Jennifer Whitehead Meyer, just most of my friends in St. Charles, they want to see it happen out there.
Yes.
So, but I'm not leaving the city because I service Illinois.
Yes.
I service South County, and I service a lot of the city residents and the homeless residents that are downtown. And VAUC is changing the parallel of healthcare for veterans. We feel our veterans. We touch our veterans. We see our veterans.
And that is so beautiful. And it's great that you're going to stay in the city too, because it does. People don't realize how close the city is to Illinois, and they can just come right across the bridge. And like you said, it's close to South County, but also moving out to St. Charles County, you will get the people that are on the other side of the bridge, maybe even all the way out to Wentzville, Winfield, all of that. And what you're doing, no one else is doing it. And we laugh, and that's why I wanted to bring that up, because we laugh and we talk about mean girl madness and all this kind of stuff. But your heart is so huge in what you do on an everyday basis. And I wanted everybody to hear what you actually do for a living. And you deserve to have those shades on, girl.
Yeah, I know we talked about the scumbags. There's been scumbags coming to my clinic and say they want to help me out. I want to help. And anybody that want to help my veterans, I was open to it.
Of course you are.
But from a legality and a law standpoint, I can't even do that because a lot of people have come in there, they've got a hold of my weak employees and say, we want to help. And they've been nothing but scumbags. They don't want to help. They want to kick up stuff. They want to, and they lie to my patients.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We want to do this. And I don't like that.
Correct.
So I have completely dismantled all of that.
Right.
It's not happening because this is a special place for me, and they don't understand by really doing this, lying to veterans and promising them something that it really hurts the patient.
Yes. And veterans keep getting lied to. They get lied to by our government. They get lied to by even sometimes, some doctors in the VA.
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head that there's do-gooders. And I have a friend that he always says, beware of the do-gooders.
Mhm.
And I absolutely agree with him on that. The do-gooders come. I'm not talking about good people, but the ones that they're going to come in and they're going to do good, and they come in and they mess it up.
Yeah.
And then when they can't fix their messes, they lie on the real good person that is doing that. So you do have to beware.
But I'll tell you, shout out to every veteran that comes and people know me. I've been in the community forever. I had a veteran that came in and he said, this one guy said, oh, VAUC is a fraud and all this. And he said, no, let me tell you something. VAUC is not. And when you were working there, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But because you're pissed off because you couldn't snake her.
Right.
My veterans take up for me. Shout out to all of them.
Yes.
They love the facility because they know we have their best interests
Mm-hmm.
and they can get in at any time. And we don't talk to them like they're normal people. They're people that served and they deserve that.
Yes.
We have a clean facility. What facility, I'm on a low budget. I'm always having fresh fruits and waters and whatever I can to make it such a great environment for them.
Yes. That's great.
And no one is doing that. They're not just a number. So a shout out to the veterans that come and the supporters. And that's why this STL Veterans Ball is so important to me, because George Herrera has been a number one supporter of mine. And I see his vision and he deserves this. He deserves to to make this big. I'm honored that he asked me to sit on the board.
That's wonderful.
You
That's
know?
wonderful. And I have people that are texting me and saying on the chat line, could you give the address again?
4030 Shoto Avenue, 4th floor. It's right in the Grove. It's actually on Manchester, but at Manchester and Sarah, it turns into Shoto.
Okay.
So
Very good.
I'm the tall white building where the Fresenius dialysis is at. You can walk in anytime. After hours, we do telemedicine, and we also will be. So we have our phones on all day long.
All day long. So like if a veteran is having a problem, a medical issue, and they didn't make an appointment, they can just walk in?
Yes. You don't, no appointment needed. Walk in.
That's
and
wonderful.
You can go online and put an appointment request if it's after hours, and we always have our phones on. The doctor can actually do telemedicine, whether it be chiro, whether it be anything. If you need an x-ray order, they can do it immediately, bring you right in the next day. They can order you the medicine that same evening. We can do all that. We're actually going to be expanding our hours until 11 o'clock. We have a staff meeting next week. So we hope to be 24/7, but for right now, we're going to extend it till 11 o'clock.
That's beautiful. No one gets medical care like that.
Yeah.
And our veterans deserve that. And I am just so proud of you for doing that and having a vision and a heart for that. And you live it out. You live what this facility is.
And John Cochran VA, I want to say thank you, everybody. Jefferson Barracks, JB, the Manchester Clinic, the Washington Clinic, those doctors are sending patients to us. It's been hard. We've been breaking through, but they are actually on board. The patients are coming down to us, and I absolutely love it. And our team, I couldn't do it without them.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is I have the most caring team inside of that facility I could ever wish for.
Wow. That is wonderful. Well, so anyone that is listening today, or if you're listening later, a lot of our listeners listen later, please tell your veteran friend that is hurting where to go. Tell them to listen to what Nicole had to say today. Also, and just, you can walk right in and you might very well see Nicole there too.
Yeah. Every day except for Tuesday.
Every day except for Tuesday. Well, and Nicole, gosh, that just went by really fast. We have like 4 minutes. Do you have anything in these last 4 minutes that you really want to get across, whether it's about Mean Girl Madness or your clinic or anything else? What would you like to close out the show with?
Mean Girl Madness is really like, I don't come from Mean Girls. I come from a lot of like Southern women that are just so sweet, that are helpful, that they've always helped other women, whether they give a tomato next door, whatever.
Yes.
And I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know why people don't want to see people happy.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't understand it. I don't know if it's something in the COVID era or what's going on. But I myself I've even become this feisty woman because not because I want to be, but I almost feel like I have to be.
Right.
You know, I have to be. You know, lawyers say you throw enough, you know what, at the wall, something will stick. Okay. And I feel like people are throwing so much at each other.
Yes.
That something will stick and you don't want to act out of character. You know, and especially me being a businesswoman, I don't want to act out of character. I'm the first one to get penalized.
That's correct.
You know, I'm the first one that people will talk about. But I'm human. And other people are human. And I wish that some way, somehow, everyone puts the political thing aside and we just look at each other and we pause in America and we say, we are all Americans, because when you go to the military, there is no, you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're a Black, you're a white, you're a Japanese. These are my brothers digging the hole. These are my sisters digging the hole. And we're all sisters and brothers. So why can't we adapt that in America? Why do we have to be so mean and hateful to each other? You know, I feel when I'm casted out, I feel when I'm not invited. Or I'm invited just for my face to be there, but they don't really want me there. I feel it from my own people, and I can say that.
Yeah.
But it needs to stop.
Right. And I agree with you that it does seem since the COVID era, people have gotten meaner. I don't know if that's the word, or they're just out of control, or they're scared, or they're fearful, or is it the stuff people put in their bodies during that period of time? But whatever, something has changed.
Yeah.
And something has changed. We're not, I think before that, people just went about their lives and were living it. And yes, there is Republican, Democrat, this and that, and all of that. But people are just purposely hurting. Like they want to hurt and hurt people.
Yeah. Hurt people. And I use my form of social media to like try to lift people up and lift the spirits up. And some, you know, even just what I do is, oh, she's bragging. I'm not. I'm lifting up spirits. I'm encouraging. I'm saying, go do what you want to do. Whatever that may be, go do it. It's not about bragging. It's not, because I don't really have anything to brag about. I have a business that every day I don't know what it's going to look like.
Sure.
Every day I don't know what's going to be thrown at me, you know? So I love to see my friends. Like, I can't hit a love on every one of them, because if I do that, I wouldn't be getting any work done.
Right.
But I love to see people. I love to see like people from out of town. Like, I love people that I've met from traveling through politics. I love to see all the beautiful things that they're doing.
Me too.
You know, and it's just so like, it's so fun to me. It's like, it lifts my spirit, and I love to see people advance.
Yeah, I do too.
And I don't understand this. I don't want you to advance.
Right. And there is a lot of that right now. And nothing makes me happier than seeing good people that I know doing good. And we need to try to encourage people more. I agree with that. And Nicole, it looks like we're having to wrap it up, and we need to come back and talk about this again. And I can't wait to hear after you've gone and you've seen Charlie and how that all goes. And if anyone again has any problem and you're a veteran, please go see Nicole.
Yes. And if you want to, if you're a veteran and you want to get dressed up, stlveteransball.org. If you're a supporter or whatever, please go online. And then watch out for Richard Pryor Jr. coming in the studio for the VAUC Music and Jazz Fest.
That is beautiful. And we couldn't end it better than what Nicole just said. Remember to watch us on cancelthisshow.com, and have a great day, Patriots.
Bye, haters.